Let's talk marriage and family life. Greetings once again from the office of Pastor Kevin Martin, and welcome to Let's Talk Marriage and Family Life. I want to say thank you for joining me once again. Hope that I have been a blessing to you and continue to be a blessing to you. I'm going to continue on this series of child discipline, as I have been teaching from the course Christian Psychology and Counseling by Drs. Terry and Deborah King and Richard and Phyllis Arno. I am covering things that I feel that's important in raising our children. Proverbs 13 and verse 24, it tells us, "He who spares the rod hates his child, but he who loves him is careful to discipline him." When I was disciplined for oppositional behavior in my childhood, it didn't make sense when my parents would say to me, "This hurts me more than it hurts you." But after being a parent and now a grandparent for 3 children, I understand. I understand that meaning. Today I want to talk to you about 5 intervention skills that can be used by parents to decrease the child's tendency to use oppositional behavior. And the first one is called time out. Time out. The parents give the child a time out by taking the child to his or her room and insisting that the child must remain there for a period of time. The time period should be consistent, and the child should know that the consequence is related to the oppositional behavior. A rule of thumb for a timeout is about 8 minutes for each year of a child's age, with a maximum never to exceed 1 hour. The second technique, it is called turn-offs. A turn-off is when the parent deliberately withholds giving the child attention for a specific action. Sometimes a parent may tell a 4 or 5-year-old child, "I'm not going to respond to you when you talk this way." And the parent either looks away or moves away. But here is the key. Quickly re-engage the child when you see even a small shift away from the oppositional or tantrum behavior. Turn-offs, they seem to work. They seem to be effective with younger children who crave parental attention. The third technique is called hold downs. In this technique, the parent physically wraps his or her arms around the child and says, "I won't let you go as long as you are acting this angry." Then the parent holds the child to de-escalate the child's assaultive or aggressive behavior. As soon as the child's behavior starts to de-escalate and the child starts to re-engage the parent in a rational or more compliant fashion, then the parent should respond quickly by increasing his or her attention to the child by positive facial expressions. The fourth technique, it is a consequence chart. This is a chart with 2 columns in which the parent reviews with the child daily. In one column, the child accumulates check marks for bad attitudes or oppositional behaviors. In the other column, the child accumulates check marks for good behaviors or positive attitudes. When several check marks of the first kind add up, perhaps 4 or 5, either a positive thing occurs or negative consequences occur. An example of negative consequences is losing your privilege to ride the bicycle that day, or having to go to bed early that night, or forfeiting a favorite activity. The fifth technique is the spanking. And we're all familiar with the spanking. The desirable spanking should be about 4 or 5 swats to a child's posterior without the child being injured in any way. Do not administer spankings with a hostile or aggressive behavior. Number 2, spankings should never be a way for parents to ventilate their own frustrations or humiliate or intimidate the child. Number 3, the child needs to understand that a bad action took place and that the spanking is the consequence for that action, and the child is not bad. That's important. Romans 12:19 tells us, do not take revenge. So we're not doing it out of revenge. It's important that when you administer discipline, that it should be according to the child's age and the transgression. The discipline should fit the transgression and be softened with mercy. Make sure that the correct message is received. This is discipline. It's not punishment. It's discipline. Discipline shapes behavior. All right. God bless you. Thank you for taking out your time and being a part of this podcast. I hope that I've been a blessing to you. If you would like to give a love offering, you can go to our church website, www.atascocitaupc.com. God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.